All right, we're back. So I'm driving across the middle of Nebraska right now for work. I moved out here from Dallas-Fort Worth area for work, and I'm living in Omaha, Nebraska now. Biggest city in Nebraska, about 500,000 people, about 1 million people in the whole metro area, Omaha metro. So decent sized place, not huge by any means, or not big compared to Dallas-Fort Worth area, but still kind of city and still a decent amount of people and that kind of feel. But as I'm driving out here for work, I am leaving Grand Island, Nebraska right now. I was thinking about something and I realized that I wanted to make a video about it. Coming across the people that are out here in these smaller towns. Grand Island is a medium-sized town. I think 50,000 people, 20,000, I don't know, something like that. So there's a decent amount of people. But on the way out here and around the area and in these more rural areas of Nebraska, there's a lot of small towns. And talking to the people in the restaurants and in the gas stations and stuff like that, you can just tell that they're not concerned with a lot of stuff that I think a lot of people in the bigger city areas where most of us live, obviously that's where densely populated areas are in the cities, that they're worried about. Like, for example, like the Epstein files and all this shit that a lot of people talk about. And sometimes it seems like they care more about that stuff than they do their own lives. The people out here, I don't even think they know about it, a lot of them. And if they do, they for sure don't care about it, especially in these small little towns, which is great, I think, because all of that stuff is really bad and whatever. And it's okay to like learn about it a little bit and kind of know what's going on. But overall, it doesn't help you or your friends or family for you to be so concerned about it that it's consuming part of your life and your limited brain power that you have. It's the last thing that you really need to give your energy and brain power to. All that stuff, all the news stuff and everything like that. Everything that the internet gave us access to that doesn't even have anything to do with our own lives. I went to this really small restaurant last week in this tiny little town in Nebraska. And I walked in there and I was just by myself. I sat down. But the whole restaurant, this was on what day was this? Thursday evening, I think. The whole restaurant was filled, as much as it could be. It was a small area, filled with families and friends sitting together, just hanging out, and I could overhear some of their conversations, right? And then they're just talking about normal stuff, talking about their lives and stuff like that. They weren't concerned with all the news and media stuff. I didn't hear anybody in there mention anything about that kind of stuff once, which is awesome. Why would they? It doesn't concern them. It's bad stuff. But what are they going to do about it? Nothing. They're not trying to do anything about it. They're minding their own business and living their own lives. Unless you're really going to make it a point in your life to spend your time trying to fix it, sure, then you might want to be really concerned with it. Like, I know there's a small subset of people that actually have something to do with trying to fix these sort of political and societal issues like that. But if not, if you're just a fairly normal person that has a job, has family members, friends, just minding your own business and spending time with them and talking about stuff that directly affects your life is a lot more productive, I think. Makes your life a lot better, a less stuff to worry about. There's a lot better ways, I think, to use our time rather than concerning ourselves about stuff that only exists on the internet. If we didn't have the internet, we wouldn't even know about, I don't even know, 95% of the stuff that we know about. Given I know these people out here obviously still have internet, but they don't seem to care about it nearly as much, I don't think, just from the way they talk. They're more present in the moment. Which is very interesting. It's living in the bigger city areas. Like, I've only been in Omaha for a month and a half at this point. I don't know many people or anything like that, so I don't really have a good gauge for what it's like there. Too much, at least. But like in Dallas-Fort Worth, I know a lot of people and went to a lot of places regularly, stuff like that. And Dallas-Fort Worth area is awesome. Like, don't get me wrong, great place. But just because there's so many people, of course you're going to come across a large amount of different types of people and more informed people. Informed on everything more. But that also includes all that bullshit stuff that you don't need to pay attention to that doesn't fucking matter in your life. So it's kind of refreshing to be out here and talk to people, and they genuinely are present in the moment with you when you're talking to them. They remember your name more so than people in bigger areas. Just something I've came across recently that I was reminded of people like this, I guess. Anyways, now I'm rambling at this point, but take this as a reminder to don't waste your fucking life or your brain power or your memory on anything that doesn't really matter. And most of the stuff that you learn on the internet that wouldn't exist in your life otherwise doesn't really matter, and it's not worth your time or worry unless you're truly going to do something about it and you feel that it's something you have to help change or something like that. Otherwise, it's only hurting you. It's only hurting you. And lessening the quality of your own actual life, I think. But a lot of people are still going to worry and talk about it, and they always will, and all this stuff that doesn't matter. But for what it's worth, I wanted to make this video just to talk about it from the perspective of someone who's 25 years old, and obviously a large portion of my life I've had access to social media and news online and all this junk. Anyways, pay attention to your own life, make it the best you can, help people if you can, and be present, I think. This is what we should all focus more on in this social media and internet age. That should be long enough for this one. I'll be back with more videos. I've got a list in my phone of topics that I want to talk about as I think of them as I'm driving or as I'm doing my stuff throughout the week. So I'm going to make more videos, and hopefully this can reach eyes of people my age, which I think are probably the people that need reminders of things like this the most. So if you did tune into this video, thanks for checking it out. There will be more to come, and leave comments on stuff you want to talk about or you want to hear me talk about and you want to conversate about through the comment section or whatnot. But until the next one, see you guys. Don't pay attention to all the bullshit and don't let it rack your mind and take you out of the moment of living your own life.